Bonjour, mon amis, il est urgent. And I, like most other people, don't really watch TV. And, well, every time that I tap out and give what, like any other bad game or anything else that doesn't deserve it, whenever I give what it doesn't deserve, which is a chance, I am quickly reminded of why I don't watch TV. Case, the media recently has, in its own little nice way, shown how much concern there is for the death of Nelson Mandela. In one way or another, they have let us know that they don't really care. They don't really have much nice things to say, or at least, if it's not left wing, there's not much nice things to be said. It's passed off as if, well, okay, this is just a message, scrape up the mess and pass it on. I think this man deserves a little more respect than that, wouldn't you say? Because, whenever one of their right-wing heroes dies, oh yeah, non-stop coverage like crazy. Remember when Reagan died? That shit went on for weeks. We didn't hear the end of it. But Nelson Mandela dies, and we don't really care. Take it from Rick Santorum, for instance. He gets on the O'Reilly factor. Even though I don't really care for Bill O'Reilly, even he had more respect for Nelson Mandela than Rick. Which, I'm not too surprised. This is Rick Santorum. The same guy that ran for office and lost for being in general, not only the wrong candidate, but a social degenerate, like most others in his category. He goes on this tangent and plays a compare and contrast game of how Nelson Mandela's struggle that he went through in life is equivalent to the fight that Republicans are going through against Obamacare. The comparison of the magnitude of those two things, they're not even black and white. It's like comparing a blade of grass to a Tesla coil. It doesn't make any fucking sense. There is no connection or correlation whatsoever. Normally, I would let you go, Santorum, but the logical man in me won't let you go. And the black man in me damn sure won't let you go. This isn't more surprising coming from Rick Santorum, of all people, because he, like most of the right-wingers, are in this bubble sense of mentality that everything about Obama is bad, and anything that they go on the conversation about, they try and link it to anything that they dislike about Obama. And throughout this entire little tangent he went into, nowhere in it, I love the fact that he doesn't even offer his condolences. And I didn't watch it long, but even if he did, I doubt that it was even sincere, because this guy couldn't even be sincere about himself during the time of the election. And he automatically now knows that Nelson Mandela's struggle is, by comparison, the same. So what you're basically saying is that Nelson Mandela would have disliked Obamacare. Yes, of course, a medical system designed to help people who can't pay for the insurance rates for health care to be able to afford it. That is the overall point. It seems to me like the only people that are against the idea of Obamacare are right-wingers. I don't really hear much from left-wingers other than, well, maybe I can't afford it, which is understandable. Some people still can't afford it. But for you to play this compare and contrast game, more importantly, to take the position of overseer, mental overseer of political viewpoints that Mr. Mandela would have had on this ordeal is very fucking arrogant. And he tries to come off in this manner like he understands the struggle that he went through. He understands that the struggle he went through is equivalent to what other people have gone through. Man, have I not heard a more bullshit statement. I probably have, though, but I completely refuse to think of one, because this is the one that I am choosing to focus on right now. In either case, even if I had one, are you fucking serious, dude? It doesn't surprise me much to hear this be said, but I mean, of all people to say it, you. I mean, we got crazy ass Pat Robertson, and if then not him, then we got John McCain saying some batshit insane shit that nobody likes or agrees with, and now this. No condolences at all, nothing. I doubt you know much about Nelson Mandela enough to even be able to come off from this standpoint. You just wanted to put your 2 cents in there and be like, yeah, well, I don't like Obamacare, and I think that he would have disliked it with me. Well, how would you know? And even if he did, what does that have to do with anything? You're an idiot. But I think the main page that we're forgetting to turn, the main page that's missing, is the idea of Mandela was a man like any other man. He didn't have powers. He wasn't rich. He wasn't born into these political positions. He went through hell and back when he was in prison for no real good reason, which for many people would think is like the lowest point anybody could possibly be in their life. And for him to rise through that to being the leader of his country that enslaved him in the first place. The whole from the bottom to the top story. It's a beautiful thing. And it's inspiring in the sense that, you know, hey, if you do try hard in life, it doesn't guarantee you success, but it certainly increases your chances. And I wish people would have that more in their mentality and in their attitude of how they approach life, instead of it coming from this jaded standpoint, like, oh man, it's all held down by the man. And yeah, okay, I understand. There's corruption and all that, but you know, you got to make a conscious effort before you can just literally say that. You can't just chalk it up to, well, you know, I didn't make it, so it must be someone else's fault. No. It's just some people aren't going to make it. I mean, the ones that make it ain't always the talented or the ones that deserve it. But fuck it. I'd rather fail knowing that I tried and have and hold on to my pride. I mean, pride is a bad thing, but that doesn't mean that it's not worth holding on to. I'd rather hold on to my pride knowing that I did try my best and failed, because I should have no regrets after that. After that, if I want to continue to try that or quit, then it's up to me. You know, it has nothing to do with anybody else thinks. He falls in line in the category of people with good, positive traits and good integrity as a human being. We should not be mourning his death. We should be celebrating the life that he had and learn from what all we can through his experiences and trials and tribulations. So big send off to you, Mr. Mandela. Rest in peace.